Okay, let's talk about the Carlee Russell hoax. Now, when I first heard about it, even though it was odd that it would be a toddler um, walking on a highway, still, this is something that happens to women, that they use children to lure women out of their cars so they can be kidnapped. That's a thing. Okay. Well, it turns out she lied, which is going to make it so much more difficult for actual people who get kidnapped to be believed. Because, one person pretended something happened, so obviously women are just lying bitches now. So that concerns me greatly. And now, the last I heard, the police are contemplating pressing charges. Now, I don't think they should contemplate. They should press charges. I mean, I do not care what the reason is, and she has not given a reason as to why she made this story up. I don't know if she was under a lot of pressure and she thought this was a great way to get away for a couple days, or if she wanted attention. At this point, I really do not care. I don't care if she's having a mental health crisis. You don't do that. At the very least, you are making the police concentrate on a bogus case when they could be out dealing with actual police problems, with actual criminals. Not, for them to take time off of their busy schedules to look for you, to only to find out you made everything up. So that's the very least. So at the very least, if not jail time, she should at least pay them back for that. Because do you know how much trouble you could have caused? How many other things they could be doing than looking for your ass just because, I don't know, you needed a vacation? There are plenty of ways to get a vacation without, pretending you got kidnapped. So there's that. And then there's, like I mentioned before, this actually happens to women. This is giving sexists and misogynists license to not believe women. If a story comes out where a woman says that, I'm checking on this child that I saw walking down the highway, is she going to be believed? Maybe, maybe not. Because, as we all know, there are so many people out there. And I just did a video on my other channel for a TV show called Secret Invasion, where it talks about, basically, there are some people who, if one person from a certain group does a bad thing, then we're going to paint the entire group as that kind of a person. So because Carlee made up this story, there are going to be people who are going to assume all women are liars and not going to believe a word another woman says, whether it could not be just this type of situation. It could be for other issues that, women are known liars. So this just pisses me off so much. Because, number one, you put your own city and possibly county. I don't know how many police officers from what parts of the state came to help search for her. So, or even if the feds were helping. I do not know this. But they could have been doing something, actually beneficial to society rather than searching for a hoax. It costs them money, it costs them time. God knows how many crimes were being done in the area that weren't being investigated because people were off searching for you. So, and plus, like I said, you're making things harder for women in general because there are going to be so many people who are taking that as a license to not believe women. And it is just so disheartening that in this day and age, someone would think that this is an actual good idea. The only good thing that came out of this is she is a young black woman and she was believed. So, that's a good thing, to know that a black woman was believed. But, unfortunately, now people are going to wonder whether they should believe women. Or maybe just black women. Regardless of what group, how they group her, this is going to be bad news for other women. And it's just disgusting that this even happened. And yes, she should be charged for this. And it's just, they gave a very, very strange statement, the police did. The Hoover Police Chief said, we ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Which tells me that she is having a mental health crisis. Which, if she is, I hope she gets the help that she needs. However, that does not excuse what she did. She is making so many people's lives more difficult. Like I said, I do not know how extensive the search was with law enforcement, but they could have been doing so many other things that are beneficial to the community rather than chasing ghosts, basically. So, and again, how many people are going to hear a story of a kidnapping of a woman and immediately have this knee-jerk reaction of, oh, this is another hoax? I mean, even before we knew it was a hoax, there were disgusting people who, number one, didn't believe that this was a thing, and who, because she came back, because she came back on her own volition, that proves that this is a hoax. I remember, wasn't that long ago, this teenage girl was kidnapped from a bus stop. And I think it was in northern Wisconsin. And she was able to escape and get help. So was she automatically lying? No, this actually was a thing. She went through hell. So you cannot assume that just because someone managed to escape that they're lying. And that's the other thing. Now people are not going to believe victims who managed to survive their ordeal. Because unless they're saved, that they don't save themselves, but other people rescue them. Unless that happens, people are not going to believe them now. I mean, there's so much damage that this woman did. And it's entirely possible that, I mean, it could be that she had just a mental health crisis, or it could be she's dumber than a box of rocks. Now, she's a nursing student, so I would hope that she isn't stupid, but it's entirely possible she was just thinking about herself and not thinking about the consequences. But the fact that the statement was phrased like that makes me wonder if she isn't having a mental health issue and she's had a nervous breakdown, and who knows, maybe she doesn't understand basic concepts like consequences, or that or that how much trouble people went through, how many problems people went through just to look for her. It's entirely possible that she is so self-absorbed that she has no concept, or, like I said, she's going through a really bad mental health crisis and she's just too far gone to completely understand it. I don't know. I really don't know at this point, but either way, she should be held accountable. How she's going to be held accountable, I do not know. She should at least pay back the 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 amount it costs just to put together this search. But yeah, she should be held accountable, because she could have put so many people in danger. And she might be putting people in danger in the future, simply because, like I said, how many people are going to believe a woman? Whether it be because of a similar situation like this in a kidnapping, whether it's women in general, or whether it's just victims who manage to escape their captors. People are not going to believe them suddenly because of this person. And I am just so mad at her, because there is no reason to have done this. If you needed a vacation, you could have found other ways to go about that. If you were having a mental health crisis, there are better ways to go about it. I just do not understand. And like I said, I really don't care at this point. She should be held accountable, because this is just going to add fire to those people who are like, oh, but we should believe women. As if believing women means ignoring facts. And this is going to make them look correct. This is going to make them look like women can't be trusted. And I just do not see anything good coming out of this. Nothing good. Nothing good for her. Nothing good for the community. Nothing good for women. Nothing good for kidnapping victims in general. I'm just not seeing a good outcome for any of this. All because of one person who, God knows what she was thinking. The reason I don't think it's a mental health crisis is she was looking up Amber Alerts. She was looking up kidnapping. She was looking up so many things. So she had the wherewithal to try and figure out how to concoct a story that was believable. That doesn't sound like someone in a mental health crisis. So, and if this was all just so she could have a vacation, I mean, it could be that she's just so self-absorbed that she truly does not understand how much damage she caused. And to her family, to her friends, I am so sorry that you were put through all of this. You did not deserve that. And, she needs to be held accountable for her actions. And I just keep rambling on, repeating the same thing. So I will end it there. And I will see you guys in the next video.